Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. As the NBA season continues to get closer and closer, John Wall is still without an NBA contract. In today's video, I'm going to be analyzing John Wall's situation, and I'm going to be answering the question, should John Wall sign with an LBA team, a team in Italy called Armani Milan, or should he hold out hopes in hopes for an NBA contract? So when I woke up this morning, first thing I see on my phone is a alert about John Wall, and I got really excited. Hey, is John Wall getting one more opportunity to be in the NBA? Of course, this is not the case, as the alert read, John Wall in talks with Armani Milan. So I started doing a little bit of research. What is this Milan basketball team and what is the LBA? Let me explain to you guys in this video. So the LBA really is the premier basketball league in Italy, and contrary to popular belief in the United States, basketball is actually extremely popular in Europe and it's extremely popular in Italy. So this is a very big league and they actually generate some good revenue. So if John Wall was able to sign with this league, he'd actually get a pretty solid contract. Also, even though this league is in Italy, of course, there is a lot of international talent, including talent from the United States. And actually, on this Armani Milan team, if John Wall was to sign with this team, his backcourt partner would be a former longtime NBA player and an absolute legend at UConn and a college legend, a two-time national champion. And I am, of course, talking about Shabazz Napier. So already it would be very nice for John Wall to not be the only English speaker and not be the only American on this basketball team. Also, the team based out of Milan that really wants to sign John Wall, not only were they the champions of the league last year, but they more or less are like the 1950s and 1960s version of the Boston Celtics. They're an absolute incredible team and they have so many championships on their resume. So if John Wall were to sign with this Milan team, he'd be going to the best organization in the LBA. And hey, it's definitely not a bad thing to retire in Italy and spend the rest of your days in Italy. I've been to Italy multiple times, guys. It's absolutely incredible there. It's beautiful. John Wall would absolutely love it. But let's get into the crux of the debate here. Does John Wall even have an opportunity to join the NBA again? And if so, it would be pretty foolish of him to sign with the LBA, right? Well, not necessarily. So at this point in John Wall's career, he would be a fringe roster guy. If he were to play, most likely he would be getting DNPs every single night, and he wouldn't even be on the active roster on most nights, being the 14th or 15th man. So he really would need to be that veteran Udonis Haslem-esque role, and that's something he's never really been comfortable with, as he really did not mesh too well with his teammates with his time with the Houston Rockets. Analyzing why John Wall can't make the NBA anymore and can't be a solid contributor. I thought last year at some points with the Clippers, he looked pretty solid, but for the most part, he really did struggle with consistency. Now, there were some games where he absolutely looked dialed in. That mid-range jump shot was looking absolutely phenomenal. And the playmaking ability and the passing ability from John Wall is still there, and I really do believe it is still there. Last season, in 34 games with the Clippers, he averaged 22 minutes per game, and in 22 minutes per game, primarily being that backup point guard role, that backup facilitator, he averaged 11.4 points per game, 40% from the field with 5.2 assists per game with 2.4 turnovers per game. Really, that is the issue with John Wall. It's that 11.4 points per game on 40% from the field. If last year he came out, averaged 6 assists per game on 2.5 turnovers per game, played pretty sound defense, but put up about 6 or 7 points per game on very good efficiency or even league average efficiency, I think he would have already gotten a contract this year. It really is the mindset of John Wall. He simply shoots way too much when he's out there on the floor. Not only that, he's a very bad off-ball player. He's never been able to shoot the three at all. So when you take a player way past his prime, you can't put him off ball, and you need him to have the ball in his hands. Unless he's passing every single play, he's just not going to be valuable enough to have out on the floor. Also, whenever you have a veteran fringe roster guy, obviously availability is going to be vital as they really are going to be a backup. And if you have a backup, you're going to sacrifice a little bit of talent and skill for availability. And of course, this is just not the case with John Wall whatsoever. His entire career has been absolutely plagued with injuries. It's a mind-blowing stat that John Wall has not played 50 or more games in an NBA season since the 2016 to 17 season. John Wall's game is a bit of a relic of the mid-2000s to early 2010s, really. He really is a victim of a new play style in the NBA. Unless you're one of the two best players out on the floor, you better be a damn good off-ball player. And John Wall, again, simply is not a good off-ball player. Even in his prime, he never had that off-ball player skill set. His off-ball movement really is not all that good. And again, he's never been a good three-point shooter. What else? Once that athleticism slightly declines for John Wall, he's going to have to significantly rely upon that mid-range jump shot as he somewhat now struggles to get to the rim with that lack of athletic profile because of all the injuries and age. And quite simply, John Wall has not been able to find a consistent enough mid-range jump shot. I still think he really can go to the LBA and contribute and be one of their best, if not the best player, though. Again, I do still think the vision is there from John Wall. Once he gets into a league with lesser athletes, he'll be able to attack the basket more consistently. And again, I think he can mix in that mid-range jump shot in there. So in my opinion, to answer the question of the video, should John Wall sign with Armani Milan? Absolutely. I think it's a phenomenal idea for him. He's not rotting on some NBA bench. He's getting the bag to live in an absolutely incredible place that is Milan, Italy. And of course, he's going to get the keys to the offense. He's going to be able to take every single damn shot he wants to. And for a former NBA player, that is a very nice luxury to have. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, do you agree with my take that John Wall should sign with Armani Milan? If you listen till the end of this video, I really appreciate it, guys. Smack that like and hit the subscribe.